Hey guys, it's your boy M.K.S here, back with another video. Anyway, hope everyone's well. Stuttering already. Anyway, yeah, I made part 1 and 2 of this video, I believe, on Saturday, and I didn't quite get around to doing part 3 as I planned to do on Sunday, because I went out for Father's Day, or I call it Dad's Day, so I didn't quite get around to it. So anyway, I thought I'd finally get around to finishing part 3. So hope people out there will enjoy it, love it, and whatever. As you probably know by now, if you've seen some of my videos, I'm a massive fan of Italian football. I love all the Italian teams. I'm one of the few people probably who loves all the Italian teams. So I'd love to share ideas about how I wish for Italian football to market itself to become hopefully #1 league and that sort of thing. So I was going to record a lot earlier, but it's now 10:30. I had a few other things I was doing, so there was a few things I was going to cover, but I'm not going to cover those in the intro today, I don't think, or not in this video anyway, maybe in my one about Asia, Pan-Asianism. But yeah, so often said, as I said before, like I have a strange sort of habit, if you like, call it habit, where as well as many of my habits, where I'm an anti-imperialist, but I support Italy, so it's kind of. But I've talked before about my story about why I'm an Italian football fan. I might cover that again in the future. But for now, anyway, I'm going to talk about some of my ideas for mainly the club teams. So anyway, here goes. Number 21. If you haven't checked out parts 1 and 2, please check them out. But I hope to bring back the glory days of Italian football again, like the 90s, when Italian football was the top league, and look at what ideas or what lessons can be learned from history, and ideas can be and inspirations can be gained from history, and also. Both from the Italian league in the past when it was successful, and also from other leagues around the world. And so basically, what lessons can be learned from history about how to market, and possibly even from other industries and other sports events. Other sports and other industries generally, and how Italian football can market itself to become #1 again, and maybe even have an exciting campaign, hopefully, about talking about how Italian football can become #1 again. I also hope to remember some of my old, in terms of club teams, because I'm sure the Italian league was the most successful up till about the 90s, or even possibly even some of the early 2000s. But anyway, the golden age of Italian football was in the 90s, so I hope to bring back some of those glory days ASAP. And again, look at ideas of what can be learned from those great teams, and also teams around the world, like in historical ideas. And I hope to remember some of my older ideas as well. Number 22. I hope that God will support me to write up some ideas on paper, often in blue ink, because representative that Italy often plays in blue. So like some of these calendars that I've got, I know these are scruffy handwritings, but hopefully share some of the stuff that I managed to go to Italy and share that with the Italian football authorities and that sort of thing, Italian FM and that sort of thing. Godspeed, and work with my fellow dyslexics, especially in Italy itself, to draw tactics, like a football pitch, like artists. Although I'm slightly dyslexic, unlike other dyslexics, I'm not very good at art, unfortunately. But people to draw a football pitch, where I go through the tactics with them, and hopefully they draw on football pitches, on paper, like football pitches, or on plain paper and things like that. Also on whiteboards and things like that, draw these football pitch tactics and things like that I hope to go through, and hopefully my tactics will help. And number 23, I was thinking lots of ways to try and get sponsors, new owners to come in and invest and put money into Italian football again. Hopefully there'll be an exciting project where people talk about, please bring back the glory days of Italian football, and I try and get people on board to try and get these exciting projects about bringing. I think Italian league is still one of the top leagues, but it could be even better. Hopefully, it could become the #1 league and replace the Premier League, the EPL, English Premier League, and all that sort of stuff. Again, I hope to learn from all different leagues around the world, and think of ways to fundraise, new ideas and old ideas about how to fundraise and sharing ideas, open exchange of ideas. And also, I was thinking recently, some old ideas I had, I'm sure in many countries they have like poppies. I think they have them in America and they have them here in the UK. And like, so I was thinking like blue poppies could be for Italian football. So people buy them. Maybe they cost like €1 or whatever, and or people can put their own donations in and what everything is right, and then they wear it to show they support Italian football. But the money goes into like buying footballs, youth training facilities, and just investing in Italian football, like giving money to local clubs. Like if people buy them in Milan, they could support, or maybe like AC Milan could have the specific Milan colours on them, and the national team could have like just blue poppies, basically for raising funds for the national team, like buying footballs and training equipment, football boots, socks, and all sorts of things like shorts and kits and all that for especially younger players in Italy. Like, so that was one idea I had, and then another one is like a lottery where people pay like €1 each or whatever for each ticket, or there could be different lotteries perhaps, and like half the prize money goes towards whoever wins. So one person perhaps could win like half the prize money, but then the rest of it goes into the development of Italian football. So that's another way. So like if 1 million people play, then it would raise five. If 1 million tickets are sold, depending on like each individual could buy more than one if they wanted to, but if 1 million tickets are sold, then they could raise like excuse me 500,000 for Italian football, and the winner of the lottery would get 500,000 or whatever. Maybe one winner, or maybe there could be many. But yeah, so I think of ideas like that, like lottery and poppies for Italian football, blue poppies, blue lottery tickets perhaps, and sort of merchandise saying please make Italian football proud again, and all sorts of fundraising ideas to like fundraise for the financial side of football, especially at the club team level, like the club, like local clubs, and maybe even fans could put money into their local clubs. Like I was talking about like bringing Messi to Serie A, or maybe even to Juventus itself, and like playing alongside Ronaldo. I think that'd be amazing. Like see the two play together on the same team, like one on one wing and one on the other, whatever positions they play, and then or like they could play in different positions perhaps, and like one could go out on the bench, and then like if one gets tired, they could bring, like imagine if one played for half the game and then they brought another player on at half time. Like you think, oh, you got rid of Messi and now you've got Ronaldo to deal with, or things like that, or maybe even they play together at the same time in many cases. That would be quite amazing, I think, and I'm sure it'd bring lots of fans to Juventus as well. Like people, it'd be quite an interesting one. So hopefully people will be even more interested in Serie A, and hopefully the Serie A channel itself on YouTube will grow as well, and as many people from Italy will, or people from Italian backgrounds even will subscribe to that, and my fellow Angolinians as well. And other similar mixed groups. Anyway, yeah, so I'd love to look at all possible ways to fundraise. Again, like, oh yeah, let's say, I knew there was something else I was going to say, like fans doing, like donating to the local club, or having crowdfunding or GoFundMe pages or whatever. And someone was saying, I was discussing this with Juventus fans on Facebook, and they were saying financial fair play would not allow such. But I was thinking, I'm not 100% sure of the rules, but maybe there's a legal way around it, or if it's fans donating rather than the club itself, then maybe there's ways around it, crafty ways to get around it, because then I think financial fair play is normally when the club itself spends so much money, so it goes in, like the club goes into a loss, but the club wouldn't have to go into a loss if the fans, like Juventus fans around the world, gave money towards this deal or something like that. I know some people probably say Messi should play for a rival team. Again, I'd love to know what people think about all these ideas. Like, would it be great if Messi went to Serie A? I'm sure most Serie A fans would think that's great, except for like the costs and all that. And if so, would it be good if he played for Juventus, or would it be good if he played for a rival team, which might make it like more competitive? But seeing the two on the same side together might make many people more interested in Serie A. But again, it could be if he plays for a rival team, then it gets more competition. So yeah, I have to think of fundraising ideas like that, and how to get more fans again for America, as I say, using the term soccer. And many people in the UK don't like to use the term soccer when talking about football, or even Europe generally probably doesn't like to use the term soccer. But I thought it'd be pretty cool if we said we don't really care if you call it soccer, but that's a way to get more American fans involved in like those sports, Serie A, and people of the Italian diaspora. 24, again, it'd be great, I think, to see Italians come together, including people from the diaspora, and being united when they play against opposition non-Italian, like Juventus play. Even if, say, Inter fans might hate Juventus when they're playing together in the league or when they're playing in the cup, but when they're playing a non-Italian team like Man United or Newcastle or whatever other team, then hopefully Inter fans will get behind them, because then I think it's a shame in the past where Italian teams have been playing in Europe and they've been attacked by other Italian fans or whatever. But again, I think it'd be great if they unite together and also support the youth generally in Italian football, especially for the national team again, and how the national team can work together with clubs to develop young players and to a mutual benefit. So I hope to talk about ideas like that in the future as well. I'm wary this video is being a bit long, so I'm covering these points in quick detail. But 25, I hope that Italy will host events like the Republic Cup, Mediterranean Cup, Republic Cup, Tricolor Cup, and all sorts of things like that. Number 26, maybe Italy could go tour the, or Italian clubs could go to tour countries that were colonized by Italy to apologize for colonizing them. That would help their country's economy, but at the same time, hopefully benefit Italian football because they still get to practice. So, but just like Britain has the Commonwealth, I'd love Italy to have that Commonwealth of football. Number 27, again, I know I'm rushing this video a bit, sorry, because I haven't really planned it as well as I'd like, and I had a few other things I was working on, so I didn't manage to come up with too many new ideas, but hopefully come up with a few new ones, like the lottery thing, and the poppies thing. And again, I'd love to hear an open exchange of ideas of what other people think should happen. As I said, I love Italians to have whether at national or club team level, to make footballers into heroes. Instead of other countries who have military personnel as heroes. Number 28, again, hope to change some of the negative things about Italian football and make it more, look how Italian football can be more marketed and what it can learn from other leagues again to improve. 29, again, hope to encourage my fellow Anglo-Indians and maybe even dyslexic, if I can, or as many people as possible around the world to support Italian football, and again improve relations with Italy and the rest of the world through football, and challenge some of the racism and prejudice in Italian football and things like that, or some of the negative things. And I thought it'd be great if FIFA, which had a corruption scandal, its own corruption scandal, and Italian football, which unfortunately has had corruption scandals, could work together to host events where funny, it'd be quite a coincidence, perhaps, or an irony, or whatever you call it, and if whichever way you want to put it, if Italy hosted these events, so that I was thinking the sport I love, football, and the teams I love, which are Italian football, the team I love is Italy. Unfortunately, both involved in corruption, so it'd be great to have anti-corruption groups in Italy, which look at ways to cut corruption out of football and make sure there's as little corruption as possible, both in Italian football and generally. But I hope that will help benefit Italian football by hosting these events and centres and football tournaments. So maybe we could say, as an Italian football fan, could say, hopefully we'll practice more and become better through practicing rather than cheating. So yeah, I love Italian teams to win as long as we win within the rules of the game, as long as there's no match fixing or money exchange or things like that, as long as both teams are trying their best. If a referee makes a mistake, if the Italian player dived and got away with it, I wouldn't really mind that much. But if it was corruption where people pay money or things like that, or bribe officials or opposition players, then I think that'd be really bad. But so yeah, I hope to tackle corruption. Sorry if this video is really long. I hope I make some sense, and hopefully the video is not too repetitive as well. And number 30, again, hope to come up with more videos like this, and again in the future, if I get enough likes and shares and the video does really well, hopefully those ideas will inspire Italian football, and also Italian football fans sharing and liking each other's videos hopefully will help Italian football even more. Anyway,